Our media covers up, their job isn't to cover the news, it's to cover up the news. So I asked CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, MS Now or later, Fox News, why are you all covering up the news on behalf of a foreign country? It is super weird.
So CNN reporter Tal Shalev acknowledged the following, and this is the headline of a February 28th, 2026 CNN piece. Timing of US-Israel attack on Iran bears symbolic meaning in Judaism as Netanyahu references holiday of Purim? Am I saying that correctly? Okay.
Not really, but it's okay.
How do you say it?
I'm not sure either. Purim, I
think. Purim,
yeah.
Okay, fine. So here's what Netanyahu is quoted as saying. 2,500 years ago in ancient Persia, a tyrant rose against us with the very same goal to utterly destroy our people. Netanyahu said of the story.
The Polish people?
Said of the story, which takes place in what is now Iran. Today as well, on Purim, the lot has fallen, and in the end, this evil regime will fall too. Now remember, the first Israeli strike was on a girls' elementary school in Iran, killing 175 children, mostly children. We don't know if every single one was a child, but most of them were little girls. Okay, so ahead of the upcoming Jewish holiday, worshipers read a specific portion of Deuteronomy, which of course is in the Old Testament. It commands the ancient Israelites to remember Amalek and to eradicate the memory of Amalek once the Israelites settle in their land. Amalek is often referenced as a historical enemy of the Jewish people, and Netanyahu invoked it shortly after the October 7th, 2023 attack on Israel, which is why they leveled Gaza. They used this insane ideology to justify killing all those innocent civilians and leveling the Gaza Strip. So the fact that he invoked Amalek again after striking an elementary school and killing 175 people, I think is notable when you're trying to decipher who the actual terrorists are.
So look, I've said this many times, I get Israel's motivations. I get the big dumb suckers over in America with tons of cash in the military to do our dirty work for us and let them die for us, let them spend their money instead of us. I get it, and by the way, I think that a lot of foreign governments would do that if they could do that. So I don't think that Israel's necessarily uniquely evil, right? They've just figured out a better way to capture our government. So the people that I'm most angry at are disgusting, cravenly politicians.
Yep.
Who go, oh, money? Oh, I'd love to serve you. Give me campaign contributions and I'll betray all my voters. I'll make them go to war, I'll have their sons die. I'll do anything Israel commands of me. 94% of Congress gets legalized bribes from the Israeli lobby. But this second group that I'm furious at, and you see it all the time on the show, is the national media. So those guys tell us no, 94% of Congress doesn't mean they bought Congress. In fact, we're never gonna tell our audience that. We're gonna say like, oh, we have a special ally. We're not gonna tell them the #1 donor to Trump and Biden or Israel. #1 donor to Mike Johnson and Hakeem Jeffries is Israel. 94% of Congress is Israel. We're not gonna tell them that the Israelis, now when a Palestinian or anyone who's friendly to the Palestinians supports them says from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, that's it, Palestine will be free. They say, oh, monster terrorists. Netanyahu literally said Israel is going to have from the river to the sea. He didn't talk about Israelis being free. He talked about taking all of that land. The charge they actually make against Palestinians, even though that's not the saying for the Palestinians, is Palestinians will be free. So, okay, so then you would imagine, since we had congressional hearings and giant national media outrage over that chant, that they would have gone nuts over Netanyahu. Never mention it. Now, this is the second reference to Amalek, which is kill men, women, children, animals, kill them all. I mean, if a Palestinian had said that, or any Muslim had said that, they'd be like, you genocidal, anti-Semitic, put them in prison, right? Congressional hearings. The leader of Israel, who's actually killing men, women, and children by the tens of thousands. And immediately in the Iran war goes, bomb the hospitals, bomb the elementary schools. Hey, it's not like he didn't say he was gonna do it. He said he was gonna do it.
Exactly.
But our media, our lying, disgusting media, won't ever tell you that. You can look it up. These are verified quotes. But our media covers up. Their job isn't to cover the news, it's to cover up the news. So I asked CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, MS Now or later, Fox News, why are you all covering up the news on behalf of a foreign country? It is super weird, super weird. And you're basically declaring, no, we don't care about the American people. We're gonna lie to you on behalf of the Israelis. We're gonna pretend that the Muslims are the aggressors, even though Israel has taken more and more land. We have eyes, we can see the map. They continually expand their territory, continually are deeply bigoted against Muslims, drive bigotry in this country against Muslims, so we attack their neighbors. They constantly murder civilians at grotesque rates, and our media goes, no, they're the victim. Nah, that's it. No, there's gonna be a head-on collision here, because the establishment isn't going to move an inch. They're gonna be pro-Israel 200% until the very last minute. And the American people are getting angrier and angrier. Now, 3/4 of us said, don't go to Iran. Do not bomb them. And
we did it anyway.
And we did it anyway. We now the polls have switched. They're both Democrats, Republicans, Independents. They're all saying stop funding Israel, right? Nope. Shut up, Americans. If you don't submit to Israel, you're all anti-Semites. That's what our goddamn media says every day, and our scum politician.
Yeah.
So, American people, the establishment, boom, head-on collision. I don't know what's gonna happen. And you know what? When it happens, whose fault it is? It is 100% the establishment's fault. Because no matter how many times the American people overwhelmingly said, we don't want to serve Israel anymore. We don't want our kids dying for Israel. We don't want to spend trillions of dollars for Israel. The establishment said, shut up and serve Israel. Well, you're gonna have a collision. I don't know what form that takes. I don't want it. I hate the idea of it, but they're gonna create a giant mess in this country because they just will not serve Americans ever. They demand loyalty to a foreign government and we're never gonna give it.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.